What's going on, guys? Stuart back today with another video. We're going to do a video today so you guys don't have to watch me on the toilet like you did yesterday. So if you guys hit up that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's jump on into the video. So we're just going to basically talk about how Bitcoin's pretty much just going sideways, and it could be the time where altcoins could start making a move here. But let's start on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. So we know we broke up from this falling wedge that we've been watching for, I don't know, we've been watching this forever. I think we're all sick of this $42,000 to $43,000 range. Really up to 46,000 is sort of the range we're in. We're, until Bitcoin really breaks, lower than 40,600 on a 4-hour close or 46,000 on a 4-hour close, we're really just stuck in this range between the two, right? It's pretty much what's going on at the moment. Now, Bitcoin is trying to get a little bit of a move to the upside here, right? But the momentum we're seeing right now off the back test of the wedge, you guys can see we broke out of our wedge, we came back down, back tested it, and we're trying to get some momentum to get back up to that $46,000 range, and that's sort of the level that I've been looking at to, if Bitcoin can get back above 46,000, there's a good shot that we can get a move back up to the $53,000 range. But like we've been saying, until Bitcoin can get back above this red box up here at about, between 46,000 and about 46,500, we can't get too excited at the moment. Now, you can also see the 200 4-hour EMA, which is this blue line coming across here, is coming back down to right around that $46,000 level, which is that a coincidence? Well, I don't think it is, right? If you go back and look the last couple of times they're on this dip back down that Bitcoin's had since November, you can see that every single time we came back up to test this, we've gotten rejected, right? Just consistently rejected, have not been able to get a 4-hour close above that 200 4-hour EMA. Can Bitcoin finally do it on this run up, right? That's going to be the big question. Now, we know on this trail, we're expecting Bitcoin to maybe get a move back up to 46,000 and then come rolling back over to, finish the wick off accumulation pattern, right? If we go look at that real quick, we're sort of looking at something like this, right? And it's been following this perfectly since the end of November, right? We've had that move down. We've had that sort of sideways consolidation, got that big move back up to the $52,000 range, then got that big dump back down to 39.6, which we were looking for. Now we started to get that move back up. Now, if this fractal was continue, right, we would get that move back down to the $39.6 thousand level. So, we'll continue to watch this as this goes on, but I think the 4-hour is setting up nicely to actually respect that fractal, right, that we have, which is from the summertime, right? We get that move back up to 46, and then we roll back over. Things are looking very, very good. Now, Bitcoin could certainly just roll over here and not even go back up to 46,000 and just come back over here and then get the spring to push us back up. But I'm going to continue to look at this as my sort of thesis going forward and kind of look at it that way. So one more thing is on the daily here for Bitcoin. You guys can see, and we've been talking about this 500-day EMA that Bitcoin's came back down to test really 3 times now. We came back down to test it twice in the summertime. If you guys look here, twice in the summertime, right here, 2 perfect tests to that 500-day EMA, and then both times we got pretty significant move to the upside. Obviously, the second time was our quote-unquote spring back in July. Now that sprung us from the 500-day EMA all the way back up to about 69,000. Well, what did we do here? Well, if we zoom in, you guys can see we actually back tested that 500-day EMA perfectly right there again. So will we come back down and test it again? I do think we will, right? I've been telling you guys that I see something like this playing out, where we back test it probably one more time and then get that continuation back to the upside that we're all sort of waiting for. Now, in the meantime, right, while Bitcoin does this sideways action, we might be seeing altcoins, right, start to make some moves. We know the Bitcoin dominance has been holding this really around 40% dominance level really ever since about May, right? We've gotten 3 back tests of this. But right now, this is probably look at the weakest that it's ever had at this sort of support line. And it looks like it wants to break down. Now, we've had some fake outs down here, right? Just last week, we had a little bit of fake out. This might be the time where Bitcoin might want to get that move back down to that 35% level. And we know that could be pretty good for altcoins, right? Or not pretty good. It'd be really good for altcoins. And I think that's what we're all waiting for at this moment. That's just one thing, right? If we can break this, that should be very good for altcoins. Obviously, if this continues to hold, this comes up. I probably don't like that. That probably means that Bitcoin probably gets one more dip, which I know we all don't want. So let's hope that this moves down. But it looks like the momentum is starting to push this down to that 35% level. I see that coming. Another thing pointing to that is the others dominance, which basically takes out Bitcoin and Ethereum and a couple different high cap altcoins. But we know this broke all-time highs, and this is slowly but surely making its way back up. So in theory, if we expect this to continue up to that 25% level, right, which means that, Bitcoin, ETH, and a couple high-cap altcoins don't perform as well as some of the lower-cap altcoins, then we would expect the Bitcoin dominance in return to get that move back down to 35%, right? So everything's kind of correlated here, and I do think that we're going to see a move by altcoins coming up here. Now, the other thing that we can point to is the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, right, which is also at support. So here's how this all ties together. If we expect the Bitcoin dominance to dump, okay, then we probably expect the ETH Bitcoin ratio to continue up. So we know the Bitcoin dominance is at support. Also, the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio is at support, right? You guys can see down here, we've had plenty of bounces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Our previous resistance has confirmed as support many, many times on this teal trend line here. Where are we at right now? Well, we're right at that teal trend line. Still could come a little bit lower in technicalities, but I do think we're going to see that move up here on the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, which would also point to the Bitcoin dominance coming back down too. So all this stuff all points together. Gets me really excited to see what altcoins are going to do here in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited for it. The other thing I'm excited for real quick, guys, is the DXY. The DXY is starting to come back down after really just been continuing up consistently since May. This is very, very good for altcoins. Very, very good. So let's go see if this continues down. But, if this does, which the momentum looks like it's coming back down, you got a nice bounce off the previous high on the DXY. But we know that the dollar index and Bitcoin are usually inversely correlated. So we're seeing the dollar index come down. We're seeing Bitcoin try to bounce to the upside. Let's hope that continuation can occur and we don't see the dollar index bounce from this level and continue up, which historically has meant that Bitcoin continues lower, right? So let's hope that we see that on the dollar index. One more thing that I will say, okay, is Ethereum. I like the setup that Ethereum has right now. For Ethereum, real quickly, we got to get back over this 50-day EMA. We know sometimes if Ethereum can start taking off, sometimes Ethereum can be the driver of the market, right? Sometimes Bitcoin may be struggling, but ETH, my wife ETH, might be the ones that, sort of pushes us and continues us higher. So I'm hoping that ETH can get a little bit of momentum here. It looks like ETH is building up a little bit of momentum. We talked about the ETH Bitcoin ratio being at support. I could see ETH really start to take off here as Bitcoin, sort of just kind of go sideways-ish for a little bit. Maybe see ETH start to get some headway here, back up to the upside. Back up to the upside. So see ETH come back up here to test this red box of resistance is probably where I expect it. And you can see this 50-day EMA, which we've gotten rejected at many, many times on this dip. Maybe we come back up and test that, which is 3,746. And then we decide what we want to do from there. Will Bitcoin go back down? Will ETH go back down? I expect the ETH to come back up, at least test that level, and then decide if it wants to come back down to our green box of support, or if it wants to continue higher, right? We got to see what it reacts to. And that's sort of what we should be looking at the market. We shouldn't be looking at the market, all right, the bottom's in, we're going straight up to the moon, or, the top is in, we're going straight down to 10K, right? We got to react and see how these coins react when we get to certain big levels, right? That's the way I like to look at it. We can't just say, all right, bottom's in, we're going straight up to the moon. No, we got to see how especially just use Ethereum as an example, we got to see how Ethereum reacts to this red box resistance. We got to see how it reacts to the 50-day exponential moving average. And then we can decide, do we think it's going to go higher from there, or if it's going to come back down to its support down here at about 3,000. Okay, so that's the majority I want to talk about. Like I said, there's not a ton of going on in the market. Bitcoin is trying to get a bounce here, which would be obviously be good for Bitcoin and altcoins. Let's see if Bitcoin can come back up to test this $46,000 range. Right, we know what we're waiting for. We know what we need to do here. But let's see what happens. Real quick, before I let you guys go, one of my friends over in Discord, one of his friends tragically passed away, and he asked me, which is very, very sad, and he asked me if he could shout this out on my video today. So if you guys did want to donate, very, very good guy. You know, very, very good guy in the Discord. If you guys did want to donate, you guys can find him here. Diane Drago is the name. That has the fundraiser here. If you guys did want to donate to this, you guys can definitely go check this out. Be very, very much appreciated. He appreciate that a lot. So I appreciate you guys watching the video today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching the video. See ya.